What's up everyone, Gally here, and today I'm taking a look at my Toon combo deck. So Toons are surprisingly an okay deck in terms of combo ability. Red Eyes Toon and Red Eyes Toon Dragon, Red Eyes Toon Dark Magician allowing for some pretty good extension. Having Toon Page Flip to special summon from the deck is also pretty nice. And then having the Redstone of Ancients, Magician Souls, Eater Millions, Draco Sack, Celine, being able to use Comet Hand, being able to effectively play Desires, and then having just so many copies of Page Flip, Bookmark, Kingdom, Toon Table, all that fun stuff means a lot of the time you're going to be able to go off pretty effectively. So with that in mind, let's look at the combo deck and see how it works. So to start off with, I play 3 Veiler, mainly because it's a Celine target, and it works as a pretty functional hand trap. It's also searchable with their Arthau. So there are some hands where, like, if you open Veiler where Arthau, you're able to just normal summon Veiler where Arthau out for Magician Souls effect to draw, and then you make a Hauti, and you can kind of just go off from there, and you're able to bring Toon Dark Magician back with the Celine, which is really nice because it allows for extension from there, also allowing for some pretty solid overall plays. Then we have after Magician Souls, we have our Mechaphantom Beast O-Lion. Sometimes making a Rodon is the correct play, and this is one of the cards to summon off it. It allows you to end on a Savage early on, and Savage is, of course, really strong. We have the Toon Red Eyes, which is it's pretty much a standard combined with the Redstone of Ancients, which is, I don't think it's Redstone of Legends, I think it is. Yeah, or the Blackstone of Legend. Blackstone of Legend being a level 1, allowing you to go wear off that into Magician Souls and then drop out a Red Eyes Toon is really solid. Then we have, of course, BLS, one of the best cards in the archetype. You can just kind of throw him out for free, and he is a 3K beater that also removes stuff. So he's pretty strong to have. I don't know if you need 3 of them, or 2 of them, or 3 of them, or even 1 of them. I haven't really checked out ratios on them. I just think, in my opinion, being able to, you have 8 copies of him in the deck, that's pretty a fair amount to, or even, you could even say, almost 11 copies of him in the deck with Page Flip, and he's one of the best ones to summon besides Red Eyes Toon and Toon Dark Magician off of the Page Flip. So I think at 2 that's pretty optimal for him. But with the 2 Toon BLS, he's kind of one of your win conditions. Besides comboing, he allows you to have some sort of grind game and to kind of control the board before you really commit to anything. After that, we have our Toon Cyber Dragon. I like this card because it allows you to Mega Fleet your opponent, allowing you to remove threats for free, which is really nice, and it's searchable. So yeah, Toon Cyber Dragon, pretty great. 2 Toon Dark Magicians. You'll usually send this off Souls. It's one of the reasons Souls works in this deck so well, is because you can make Celine, bring this back, and then special summon again and like keep comboing, which is just really strong. After that, we have our 1 Toon Harpy Lady. This is just really utility spell and trap removal and just a kind of a free extender to play. I don't think anything more than 1 is necessary in a build like this. Because we are playing Souls and we have Wear Off That, we are playing really spell and trap heavy. So let's go through our spell lineup, because this is probably almost the more important part of the deck. 3 Call by the Grave. We don't want to get our combos Ash or anything because interruption really hurts. We play 1 Comet Hand because Comet Hand, it's a searchable removal. It's basically searchable removal. It's really nice. 1 Monster Reborn because we will be pitching Toon Dark Magician a lot. 3 Pot of Desires because, you know, drawing cards is really good. We have Souls. We have 2 targets for Souls in our main deck. It's just really nice to be able to get the resources. This deck is pretty like draw reliant, and because we're playing a more combo heavy build, we need the Ash. We need to have a draw card. We can't play it strapped. We play the 1 Terraforming. This deck really needs to see Kingdom to play effectively, so the more copies of it, the better. 3 Toon Bookmark. You could argue for the set 2, but I think because we play Souls, it works pretty well at 3. So it allows us just to pitch this for other cards if it's necessary. 3 Kingdom, I mean, you need to see this to play your deck. It's really important. 3 Toon Page Flip. I personally think this card is okay, but it definitely has some inherent flaws to it. Basically, like, there's some really, like, you can run out of tunes to summon off this. It's a hard once per turn, and like sometimes you just get the wrong roll and you have a bad time. Like, there's sometimes where like you'll want like the BLS and you'll just get like Toon Dark Magician and you're like, oh man, and I don't have a discard for it, so this Magician's pretty much dead. 3 and 2 Table of Contents. I mean, search anything that pretty good. And then 3 Where Art Thou to search out the rest. So the one card that I think a lot of people question is Eater of Millions. It's a level 1 extender that you can summon essentially for free, and it still has a good on-board effect because we do end up banishing a lot of cards with this deck because we are playing Pot of Desires and Toon Kingdom. So overall, this is our list. I think it's pretty safe, like pretty solid. With the Eater of Millions, we have good removal, and it's searchable for that. It's usable for like just a control factor. We have a lot of level 1s. Eater of Millions souls are free special summons, meaning you can Eater of Millions souls where Art Thou, normal summon the stone, use stone effect to get Toon, and then drop like Dark Magician or BLS from hand. So I think this overall is probably one of the best lists you can play for Toons. It does have some flaws inherently, mainly that it's weak to hand traps. Then we have our 3 Artifact Lancia, 3 Lava Golem, 3 Mystic Mine, 3 Toon Twister, and 3 Evenly Matched. So going over side deck and why we play what. Now Lancia, it stops so many decks in the format just overall. A lot of like the control decks, like even Eldlik, Dinos, Emancipator, because they can't block Dragon, then it's just really strong. 3 Lava Golem, yeah, this card's just insane. It basically says tribute your opponent's monster, and then you just comic hand it back, and the deck doesn't need a normal summon to play because you play Page Flip, Souls, Eater Millions, you have your Toon Cyber Dragon, you have your Toon BLS. There's just so many ways that this card is just so strong in here. Mystic Mine, this probably, I would honestly, at this point in the game, I think it's either better off being Nibiru or XYZ on card, just some way to remove the Zexal now that that build's going to start becoming popular, but you can definitely swap this card out. I liked it because you already played Terraforming, but I don't think it's 100% necessary anymore. Triple Twin Twisters, card's awesome. I mean, you just need back row removal, back row hate. You could argue for Lightning Storm, but I just had problems with Lightning Storm myself because later in the game I'd activate Kingdom and like it just wouldn't be good. So you could say not Twin Twisters, you'd run Cyclone instead, but I think Twin is still really solid. Triple Evenly Match because card's busted, it blows people out. The other option you could always look for is if you don't want to play Twin, I think Denko is really good in this deck. I played Denko at the last event I played with Toons in the PVG, and it was just amazing in the matchups where it came out. So that's our side deck. Definitely spots for play around. Like maybe you don't want to play Lancia. I just personally like Lancia because our banishing Toon cards is really scary. It can answer Cyclone on Kingdom and stuff. So in my opinion, Lancia is a pretty solid card, but like I said, I would say like Lava Golem evenly, pretty wanted. You could definitely like say, I'd say the only card in here that's 100% necessary is like non-meta dependent is like Lava Golem's insane and like so many matchups against so many combo decks, like you just want to play it in this deck. It's really good. Like in my testing, it's been just such a powerful card that I think it's one of the best Toon cards in the game because of Comic Hand. Then going into our extra deck, we play the 1 Mega Fleet. This is for Toon Cyber, pretty obvious. Like there's so many like decks that still just make a link, and removing like good links like Apollosa, or any of the what are they called? I'm totally spacing out. Removing like Unchained links, or like just there's so many good links right now. This is just an auto include because it removes them, or like you special summon it, force out a match arena, stuff like that. We have our Borreload Savage Dragon. You sometimes go into Auroradon, and in that case it's pretty nice, but other than that, it doesn't come up that often other than with like Valor and like Red Eyes Toon, or with Valor and like Toon Dark Magician, but it's still okay. We play the 1 Dendrisu. This personally hasn't come up that much for me, but I know it can with double Toon BLS. Use both their banish effects to make the Dendrisu to kind of protect your border, remove stuff. Draco Sack, Hope Harbinger. This also hasn't come up for me as much in this build. In the other build, I still played Ancient Deer Wyvern, and I still played that combo. But Ancient Deer Wyvern, Ancient Golem is a nice engine, but I overall like think maybe you could cut these for more links or something along those lines. It doesn't feel as necessary in this build, but it still can come up, which is pretty nice. Then we play our Draco Sack. This card's insane. We don't have Galaxy Tomahawk anymore, but we do have this, and this is really good. It's just like a substitute for that. It allows you to push for game, allows you to help make boards. It's basically a 1-card Auroradon, a 1-card Selene, all your really powerful Link 3s. Then we have Harmonizer Radial. I don't know how good this card actually is. The only reason I actually run it is to combo it with Access Code Talker, because Access Code Talker plus Harmonizer, if you summoned it off Selene, is actually just game. It's 8k exact, so it is, I believe, the best level 7 for doing that, since it's generic, but its effect is also okay, as it can just negate the effect of the attributes attached to it, which is sure. Sure, that's all I have to say about that. It's fine. We have Access Code Talker, standard, Halty standard, Phoenix Unicorn, pretty standard. We have the Auroradon, which we use. We have Anima, which comes up every so often. Selene, Wee Witch's Apprentice, and Win the Wind Charmer Verdant. The reason you play Wee Witch is because it's a spellcaster, so there's sometimes you just make like a rank 2 with 2, or you make a link 2 with 2 darts, and then it immediately makes Selene live, which is really nice. Overall, that's the deck. I've had a lot of success with this, playing this online and testing. It feels a lot better than the other builds, even though it's more fragile. It actually does stuff, which a lot of the other Toon decks don't really do that much. So this one is able to generate advantage pretty effectively and get rid of a lot of the dead cards that Toons have with souls, which is what I really like about it. Anyways, if you guys want to try out a Toon deck, I would say this is probably the best one to play just because it does the most. I mean, maybe fish the side a little bit. I don't know if I'm 100% on board with everything I've cited. Like, I think mine's pretty good, but mine could definitely be like Nibiru. It could be Denko. It could be SOZ Encore. It could be Chalice. It could be Imperm. Any of those cards are all really good in here, so you can definitely just swap mine for those, and overall you'll probably be better off. But mine can just cheese a lot of wins, so it's just personal preference at that point. I know a lot of people like mine. I'm not the biggest mine player, but I know like mine is just a pretty good card and it works decently in here. Anyways,